Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. Today I hear it's going to be fire. Sindio wase? Sindio wase? It will be fire because hapa naona my firstborns wako na uchungu ingine flani. I want us to go back to that episode tuongee about firstborns. Nasikia wako na uchungu sana wenye wako hapa. Hao ma middle children wanani kama hata wamejishika wako na huzuni sana. Si lastborns bado si ndio wale wase, si ndio? Kai, last bonds niko peke yangu.
Hauna fans.
Haina shida. So Lynette. Muko? Okay. Shara. Nasikia wewe ni first born. Nasikia nyinyi ndio sijui nikani ndio wazazi.
We're the second parents basically because every human being is imperfect. And so are our parents. Right? They're human, imperfect. They get the first kid, trial and error. By the time it's the second, third, fourth, 100 kid, you already know how this thing is done, first of all. Secondly, by the time you have your first kid, you've put in all the effort. They know what to do. So the parent kind of releases, the parenting rope one finger at a time. So you as a firstborn, you find yourself having to take up some of their roles in parenting your younger siblings. So, and that's why people say, especially firstborn daughters, I mean even the guys, but let me speak of what I know. As a firstborn daughter, don't rush into parenthood because you've literally been parenting all your life. Mm-hmm. You forget yourself. You pray that your pockets never run dry because when your small sister, small brother wants something and they go tell their folks and their folks are like, do this, do that. I mean, it's kind of like a battle. When they come ask you, Ati, what do you want? What do you need? When your siblings are pissed off at your parents because of maybe one or two things they said, you're the one who steps in. So you have the financial burden, emotional burden, physical burden, because you're the one who's going to be told that now you can drive a car. You're the chauffeur. Take your sisters to this place. Take your brothers to this place. Actually, you want to go where for a party, you carry your sister. Actually, you want to go for whose birthday, whose graduation, you can't go for graduation without your sister. May carry you everywhere. So what was done to you, you must do to your siblings. And then you still have the pressure of, when do unafunga laini? So may graduate, ebu tafuta mtoto, tafuta bwana, tafuta bibi. Ukianza, the others will follow. So it's so much pressure on us firstborns that sometimes it can be really, really overwhelming. And we also hide that a lot from our siblings because we know what life is about at some point and you don't want the younger people to go through what you went through. You crawl so that they can walk, basically. So it's not that we feel like the second gods, it's that sometimes we even have to parent our own parents.
Yes.
True. Is it true?
Yes.
How?
Like I said, parents are human, they're not perfect, yeah? Your parents might quarrel your sibling in a manner that's maybe not very healthy or very positive. And you will see that. You let them do their thing. But after they're done, you go to your sibling and tell your sibling, hey, listen, what you did was wrong, but how it was handled also wasn't the best way. So I don't want you to have trauma because of A, B, C, D. Then because you're now an adult, you go to your parent and tell them, yes, you have to coma your child, you have to correct your child, but this and this can be done better. You don't need to be abusive, using your words, or even sometimes physically. There are stops that your older siblings, there are fights that your older siblings stop without even you knowing. Your parent will come and tell you, hey manze, why is your sister behaving like this? Or they'll come tell you, talk to your sister, A, B, C, D. Or your parents will come home stressed about something that when you were a child you would never understand. But now that you're older, you find yourself catering to your parents like you're literally understanding what they're going through. If your parent is sick, your younger sibling might not understand it because they might hide it from them. But you'll be able to see it because you now know the pressures of the outside world, working, dealing with different people, and you still need to cater to your family. Have you ever seen a situation where your mom or your dad is at home sick, ailing, and you naturally find yourself taking care of them like they did when you were a child. And then your other siblings don't know what that is like. So they go off and do their own thing, living their own life like it's nothing. And you get mad at them because, why are you not home to take care of mom? Why are you not home to take care of dad? It's because you have that parenting skill in you already. Because you've been doing it. You've been changing your siblings' diapers more than your parents ever did. Because when they couldn't find a nanny, they still needed to come home with food. You're the one who was at home, so you had to do it. If you're older and your parent gets another kid when you're much older, they're not going to do nursery assignments with them. They're not going to build a scarecrow. I don't know the CPC things that people have been told to do. It's you who's going to do them. You get. Your parent will not go back to. That's if you're there. Your parents could be struggling financially, but they'll never tell you. But you already know. So when your siblings are like, hey, what's the also going to have for lunch today? Or you're from church and you want to eat something and you've gone with your siblings and you know your folks at that point can't chuck money the way they used to, you're going to do that. Sometimes you'll just come home and tell them, we went out, here, we've brought you food. And your dad will be like, Allah, your mom will be like, oh. Because they've not told you they're not financially okay, but you can see it. And you now understand. So we're not gods, we just pick up skills faster. Because again, we were there before all the other siblings.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So the question is, speaking about firstborn being the parents, right? So what if the last one or the second one is months younger than you? Okay? So you're talking about you taking care of your parents and you're the firstborn, yeah? I have the capability of taking care of the parents, yeah? So it depends, because you're talking about, I think, age matters a lot.
In that sense, yes.
Yeah, because if you're talking about you taking care of your siblings, that means your younger siblings are 10 years younger than you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then, what if I'm the last born, but I'm 2 years younger than you, but I have more sense, more responsibility, even more than you.
It happens, yeah.
You know, parents see some others firstborn as role models for other kids. But then on the side, they see there's somewhat you're not okay, there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say. But then you're the last one or the second one, you have more
capacity.
Yeah, critical thinking. This is supposed to be this way, this is supposed to be this. Even the last one, yeah?
Yeah.
The way last ones are seeing the minors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say being firstborns doesn't mean you have to be responsible for all that. Because I can be 13 years, but I know how things work. Yeah? So I'd come to you and say, this is not working okay. But then you don't have the right to act as a parent. You're my sister or my brother. So respect me as I respect you. Okay?
I get that. But this is where this issue comes in. I'm a child. You're a child. I didn't ask for this responsibility. Mm-hmm. It naturally came upon me, not because, I'm a firstborn, so this has to be done. I think it's how families function. In general, there are those special cases where you find the other kids are way more responsible than the firstborn is. Yeah. It happens naturally, yeah? And you'll find situations where the firstborn is even stricter than the parents are. And yes. It happens, it genuinely happens, and it's not.
I think you come attack me at your own position because you've experienced it, the whole thing. Let's say if I was to do something and you've done it before, you come and say this is not good. Okay?
Yes.
But then you don't have to attack me in terms of you're my parent. Yeah? Just talk to me as a friend first before talking to me as a.
Exactly.
So you come to me and say this is I've done this before, this happens and this happens.
Yeah.
So don't come and parent me as a sibling because you're older than me. You don't respect my opinions.
And I think I understand where that boundary is crossed more often than not. But you also need to understand that I will come to you as a friend and as a sibling. But if you push it, I'll wear the other cup. Because again,
what rights do you have to wear
Hey!
the cup?
let me tell you why I'll wear the other cup when you push it. When
You know,
I
you've
see
lived your
our
life,
parents,
I've lived mine.
yes, that's true.
So you shouldn't it's my mother or my father to come tell me this is not right.
What if our parents
When?
don't have the capacity because they don't know what you're doing behind closed doors, and I know because I can see it? And then secondly, what if you struck our parents so much to a point
First of
where
all, if you come
they're
attack
coming
me,
to
if you attack me, I'll be defensive in every way. Okay?
I've already
So
told you not to
I'll
do
be
what you
hiding
do.
everything I know, or everything I'll share. Like I'll never share anything with you ever.
It's not about
So
you sharing, it's
meaning,
about what I can
I'll
see.
be like doing things behind your back.
Yes.
You never know
Yes.
because I know my parents don't know,
Yes.
and also I'll be hiding it from you. So you
Okay,
never know.
fine, but you see, that's your prerogative, that's your choice. You said you're an adult, yeah? Go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
But
because
our
if you're
folks
past
have warned
18,
you.
you can
Our
make your own
folks have warned
decisions.
you.
You
But
can just
see,
you can just
you're
advise me.
justifying. Yeah, I can advise you because I'll never.
But you
I'll
can't
never come
lecture
and
me.
pick
You
you.
can't come lecture me and
I'll
say
never
this
come and
is.
pick you.
Nah, listen.
I'll never come and pick you out of that dangerous place just because I'm your older sibling. I'll tell you straight up, this. But you keep doing it. That's disrespectful not only to me and our folks, but to you as well, because you know what's right and what's wrong, right?
Yeah.
If you still surpass the advice that has been relayed upon you, that's your choice. If you throw your life away, that's your choice. Because you know what I'm thinking? In terms of, let's say, you're drinking too much, you lose your job. You're drinking too much, you get into drugs. You're drinking too much, you're sleeping around with literally anyone and everyone. Your parents have raised you better than that. I have told you, I was once there. There's no need to waste your time doing this. You can also learn through other people's mistakes, but you also need to make mistakes of your own.
But
right?
you know, that's
You're an
sometimes.
adult and you have conscious.
Listen. There's times I do things knowing what I'm doing. Okay. So, but there are other times you come attack me and say like, oh, you're not doing right. I think you're attacking my perspective. You'll be saying like, I'm so young, like I don't have any like reason at all. Yeah. So I prefer you come to me as I don't even want
But
you
I've
to come
already done
as a
that.
sister. I
I've
want
already
you to
done
come as a
that.
friend and say
I've
this is
already
not
done
good.
that.
But then don't make it like I'm the bad
I've
person.
done that. I've already done that. But you still you still keep on persisting. What am I supposed to do?
Be the bad person.
The thing is, from a very young age, as a firstborn, it's like you're being trained to be a parent to the younger siblings. Statements like, chunga brother yako akicheza, asiumie, aligongwa akifanya nini, where were you? Exactly. And then you get punished if something happens to them. So when you grow up, it just comes naturally. I have to look after you. I have to, because if I don't, the blame will be on me. If we go out somewhere and then my younger siblings get wasted out there, I'll be blamed because what were you doing when you did that?
I'll cover for you more often than not.
Listen. I have like I want this point to be like the point of I'm 18 years. You want to be attacked from like you want to be asked like, what happened to like,
Listen, your parents,
sibling, what
whether
happened
you're
to what?
35, 45, 55, you're still your parents' child. And you need to
Definitely,
understand this.
but
You see, you keep
but
talking about
I'm the
being
last
attacked.
one.
It's okay, you keep talking about being
I'm
attacked.
just saying.
But you've already been told the same thing 3-4 times. Your older siblings have covered for you. You fake at home late. Your siblings were at home sleeping. You were out, meaning they know you are out.
You know
And
the
you fake at home. No, let me finish. You fake at home late. I'll cover for you. Go in. I'll cover for you. No, I'm saying this because this is a little.
Wait.
She's a firstborn, I'm a firstborn, but when she comes to my place,
Okay, but listen.
when she comes to my place, yeah, this is my sister. She's my cousin sister. So when she comes home, I'm responsible of her. Koi has gone out without me, and I'll cover for her. She comes home late. I'll cover. Ati, where was Koi? Where was? I'll cover for her even when I'm not in that house.
So do you think
But
I won't
listen,
cover for
wait,
the firstborn?
no, listen. Can I finish?
Okay, finish.
Listen, she's covered for me as well.
Okay.
But where Koi goes wrong, I'll tell her. Koi once, Koi twice. She's still Koi twice.
So let me be with my parents,
listen,
not you.
Listen, that's not how it works, because
That's
the
how-
first time
Pause.
your parents, let me finish. You need to understand this point, yeah, and try thinking of it with an open mind and the reality that happens at home, which is our parents, our dad, our moms They will not go to Kobe Street. Maybe they'll go tell her, "Nini." Then she leaves that door. Wacera. Kelele, you don't take care of her, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do that. It happens more often than not.
So
I will go and tell Koi, Manze, I've told you this thing. If it means I go out, I mess up, you cover for me. Right? But as long as mzaya asijue nini, usichome. That's how it works. So I'm not attacking you
so are
as
you
a
being
person.
a good parent or a bad parent?
Oh,
'Cause
listen,
you already acting as a parent, so are
No,
you being a
I'm
good
being,
parent?
I'm being the parent she needs.
No, not the one
Because
she needs.
our
Because you're,
folks,
you're
because our
parents.
folks, listen.
You're saying you're
when
the
I raise
second
my
parent.
kids, yes,
So
I'm
I
the
need you to
second
tell
kid.
me,
I'm the
this is
second
not
parent.
good. Don't tell me like I'm covering for you, okay?
I'm covering
If
for
you
her
see-
because I'm her sibling. You said you don't want a parent, you want a sibling, and you want a
Yeah,
friend. That's
I
exactly
want a
what I'm
friend.
doing. But I'm also correcting her.
someone I'll open
I'm also
up to.
correct, and that's
So
why I'm correcting her and
if
covering
you're
her.
coming to me like in an attacking way, I won't even share anything.
And you see, I think you're
ever.
talking from your experience of being attacked because I'm not going to attack her. I'm telling her, I'm talking
Not
to
from
her as a
experience,
friend.
but okay, but I'm saying yeah, maybe from experience. But then don't come attack me.
I'm not
Don't
attacking
come
her.
attack me because I'll be always secretive with you and you'll never know anything. So hapo ndo utasikia ati your brother or your sister amepatikana somewhere and you'll be like, how?
I won't be like how. So you're 18 years old enough. That's what you said.
Think
Yeah.
of it this way. Your oldest sibling has walked this path before. You know how
I'll
Of
bring
this
that for your mistake.
generation. Of this generation.
You know how the path is. Why should I stand, watch you make the same mistakes I made, suffer the same way I suffered when I can guide you? Don't look at it like being defensive. Don't feel like we are attacking you. We are not.
I
We are
think
coming from a good place.
I think I understand both sides because when I was younger, I was being treated like "Mbona unafanya?" I never used to understood. But the older I got, I was like, okay, they had good intention, but why did they have to come at me like that? And I think that's
You're attacking
Macto's.
position.
Yes, and I think that's where Macto is coming from. Like, okay, I've done it once or two, but don't be the bad parent. I already have the bad parent. I put it in quotes, yeah? Don't make that
Be
happen
my
because
close
if you
friend.
continue doing that, I'll continue doing things behind
Close
your back.
enough, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think even as you guys are firstborns, yeah, have that friendship kind of thing with your younger siblings to a point where if, for example, nimeshikwa, you know, I want to be in
First
a,
person I
yeah.
can call.
You see, I'd be like, yo, manze, if Wacera is the first one, I'd be like, nimeshikwa. Lakini, isije nimeogopa kukupigia.
Yeah.
Because when I'm strict sana, so I have to opt for another person who's
I
not
do
even
understand
coming,
that.
you know.
I do understand that.
Uh-huh. Yes, Gidi.
Firstborn is na kiburi vitu.
So, listen. There's a Cheche firstborn in a way.
Ngoja malize.
Yeah. So leo msingi ni Wacera karibu Cheche.
Okay, the fellow firstborn. You know, we are the fellow firstborn and we've gone through the whole Kushiko experience.
I was to say,
Shut up.
Ngoja, continue.
me being the last born, we were going to experience a kuchipwa, but then the first person I called was my sister. First sister. So I was like, yo, nimeshikwa, kwa nitoe.
But you see, it's never always
But then,
like that.
if
Yeah,
it's
that's
your
true.
story,
It's never always
but
like
you know, your parents will never believe you if you always like, kama utakuja kuambia, nimeshikwa nifanye hivi na hivi na hivi. You know, parents never believe you in anything you do.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
So if you go to your sister, at least anakwenda understanding. Ama your
sometimes you
brother.
don't even need to explain the entire
Right?
story.
Okay, first of all,
But kelele itakuja nayo.
my brother will never take you out. Ukishikwa na komera kuletea ndizi na njugu.
To teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
But he's going to show up.
But me consider kama firstborn, yeah? As in the brother side, this is the
Yeah,
firstborn.
yeah.
So, as in the learn from his mistakes, but then I'll also be like sometimes when you have na conversation
Yeah.
open. But then usipo on the attacking side ukiniambia, wewe mbona ukikuja ukinikelelesha like a parent, I won't like share anything with you.
You
But
see,
you know
when-
firstborns wanaji hiyo kiburi.
Yes, that's true, but you see why, okay, me, I'm sorry to say, but with great responsibility comes great power.
Yeah.
great responsibility. So with great power comes great responsibility.
Uko tu sawa.
It makes sense because in this case, before you get the power, you have to be responsible. You're
Yes. Yes.
So it makes sense. So you're first responsible, then comes the power. I understand what you're saying, and I think when you say that firstborns are like second parents in the home, it's not to mean that they're greater than. It's literally the ideology of we take up the parenting role even before we're ready to be parents. It's not that taking the parenting roles as a power struggle or like as a, and that's how utapata sometimes mzazi nyumbani atakorofishana na firstborn a lot on so many fronts and on so many terms that you will never understand. It happens because it's like, this is your style and this is your style. Your style probably still was your siblings. Your parents' style is more of, this is how I was brought up. We walked through the wilderness barefoot, fighting lions, through rivers, jumping over crocodiles' heads and to get to school.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
But for us, it's of this time, you understand, Mr. Kuchapa, I'm not going to chapa you, but that's a
Sikukeleleshwa. We will have a conversation.
Yeah. I know that.
Are you a firstborn?
I know there are those who kelelesha, and I have been there as well. And I've also, and this is where it came from. Have you guys seen that photo where if you're insulted by your husband, you go insult your child will go insult their schoolmate, and then the schoolmate will go insult someone else. Like
it's a vicious circle.
It's a vicious circle. Because I remember I had that thing with her where there are times my dad would come wake me up and I'm like, how do you wake someone up like that? No good morning, no nothing. And I remember doing that to her one time and I was like, shit. It's not supposed to be like that. Like, wake me up nicely. You understand? Yeah? So for us firstborns, because we've had the first fruit of bitterness from our parents, we sometimes translate it down to our siblings. But if you're in like this day and age, you probably get to understand that you need to tone down a bit and you find that you will have better parenting skills than your parents ever did.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I think that the firstborn, they may have pure intention, but sometimes the execution will be the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, like from what? Yeah, I'm a firstborn. I'm a secondborn elsewhere.
Both worlds.
Both worlds. I've been in both positions. So I feel like from what Wacera has said, like from her own experience, she's learned that she can do things better. She can execute that love in a better way. She can talk to this, the younger sibling better. She can do better. And according to him, I feel like, first of all, everyone has their own experience.
Yeah.
This, like, family is very subjective. Like, everyone has their own experience, so we can't fight each other. Wacera may be like, to me, I'm just trying to, my intentions are pure. I'm just trying to guide in the right direction. And on the other hand, there is a last one who feels like, this person is literally parenting me. But in such a case, I feel like this is where you should both come together, sit down, communicate basically. And see how, you can meet in the middle, how you can correct me, what will work for you. Don't fight each other.
How you correct me is the problem.
If that's the case,
okay,
talk
listen,
about it
first
with your sibling.
First of all, I think, talking about the style of family, or the topic of family, last month, I'd say most last months are prone to depression.
Yes.
First of all, because you're being attacked by your parents, your siblings, because they think like you never you don't have enough reason for what you're doing, okay?
Yeah.
So they make you feel like you're not that I'd say happy for
I think no.
Firstborns, they never get depressed because they were raised tough.
That's an assumption.
You
said never.
It's not
We just
but there are lastborns who hide it better. But then firstborns, and I'm saying the most firstborns and then most lastborns. Understand the point?
But
firstborns keep themselves busy to hide the depression.
But then what about lastborns? You always attack them from all ends, from the parents, the siblings,
It's okay.
I think the most people who are prone to depression are the middle children.
Yes.
The forgotten.
That's what I think as well.
See, this is a fact because you have the firstborn who has been given full attention when you're growing up.
Yeah.
Because you are the only one.
Yeah.
And come to your lastborn. Toto wa mwisho.
Okay.
That's an assumption.
That's
Therefore,
true.
No.
it's not an assumption.
No, it's
That's an
an assumption.
That's an assumption.
It's
Assumption. No. Assumption.
The middle child at some point will always feel like, huyu anapewa. Where am I? Where am I in this equation?
They always
For me, for the middle child, there's a roof over my head, my school fees is paid, and
The
And I
basics
feel
the
like,
basics are there.
and I feel like,
That's how the middle child.
no
is.
pun intended, the middle children are either the first ones to be the most successful in the family
Facts.
or to have, because you see they've struggled to get things on their own.
They're
They've actually very independent. Those people think on their own, they do on their own. They'll always want to ask, uko sawa bro, uko sawa, firstborn sawa, lastborn atamshughulikia uko sawa, and he does his own thing.
Okay, take this from a perspective of being a boy last born. Yeah.
Unaumia.
This is really the parents. Then unajua siblings mnakuwa like sisi kama wote tutakuwa na wivu. Yeah. Hiyo inakuwa na
Wivu.
Yeah. The middle child will be like unapenda firstborn ama unapenda lastborn. So the parents will never focus on the lastborn because ataona ni kama these others are like wanaona ni kama napenda lastborn sana. So they focus on the first and second.
So they try not to play favorites.
Bas. So when it comes to like the middle children ama the firstborn family, juu kila mtu anasema unapenda huyu sana, even the jealous na kwa family. Utasikia tu mtu akisema unapenda lastborn sana, unapenda huyu sana, sio? So I find it like watu kuja in a way that mnaona like lastborn upenda sana, but in the sense of like sisi like okay the lastborns like wao na ina issue zao sana because mtaona ni kama mko jela sana, so mimi nakuja kusema si hivyo as in mimi naona napenda firstborn sana because parents want to express that anapenda sana, sio ata express that anapenda firstborn ndo like family people.
You know why I think the middle child is the most depressed and forgotten and all that? Because the firstborn will get their attention when they come. And then, because of that parenting skill that they pick up, they will befriend the lastborn. Because this is literally like the child of the firstborn. So then the middle child is there and they're like, alright, so yeah.
Where are these middle children in this place? Why aren't they talking?
Because we are out of it.
I have a
They're out of the picture. That's true. But very true. But then that's very true. So now hata sasa tumewasahau.
Yeah.
Because aongea wachitetei.
Because that's how they're
Kuna swali. Who do you think will make a better parent? Firstborn, middle, or last?
Middle.
Why?
I think the middle kid would make a better
Why?
parent. The
Because of
reason
the
is because he knows how to balance in terms of parenting. I put it in quotes because firstborn kama alichukuliwa na ukali, most likely atakuwa authoritative or atakuwa very soft. So lastborn naye pia amependa kubembelezwa, either atakuwa very hard or but you see the middle kid will know how struggle to get your love, so at a balance on how to do parenting.
Let's say I'm a lastborn by 2 seconds.
What?
You're still a lastborn. You're still a lastborn.
We're the same age. So
You're
like,
twins.
You're twins, literally.
But then unajua bado utaniambia kila siku when ni lastborn.
Ni sawa, lakini literally, the only difference is time.
So,
but you are born the same time.
Responsibility.
Mulikuwa warm pamoja.
No, twins, in the case where you're twins, it's very different. I wish we had twins here to explain that.
Yeah.
It's very different because parents will struggle to balance between the two of you. But with what I've seen with like the twins, what I've seen with the twins in my life is, I think luckily their parents, like the 2 sets of twins, the 3 sets of twins I know, their parents have been very intentional in balancing both of them as twins and as individuals, whereby this is your school, this is where you prosper. This is your school, this is where you prosper. It doesn't matter if you're older by sijui a week or sijui how long. It doesn't matter.
Let's use seconds.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old you. It doesn't matter how old you are, to be honest. But as long as you're twins, I think that's there's a different perspective for that one with what I've seen. But I think the dynamic is different in every situation. Because for you as a last one, you're saying there's, how you're speaking for maybe what you've experienced. There's another last one who I was going to say, my dear, I'm spoiled. Me, my siblings spoiled me. My folks spoiled me because it was the firstborn was brought up when the parents were really young, so all the attention was there. And then by the time the last one came, the parents are old. They're like, whatever goes. Like how the first one can say, you're allowed to do that. How? Do we have the same parents?
And I think for us last month, that statement kind of bothers us.
Yeah.
We feel like we're too special, and we don't want to feel like that because it's the same parent, it's just that it's different timing. So you don't have to brush it on a time ati si tulikuwa tunekwa ngumi wewe hata hawezi But you see, you don't have to tell us that. We understand, we know. Pole, sorry for being the firstborn. I mean, we didn't want you to be, but it happened. Lakini sasa sasa unaanza kuja ati umeklikia mom. Hey, sasa mimi ningeingizwa kwa gari nimepelekwa wapi? Like I know, bro, it's different timing. You don't have to, but we appreciate. We still appreciate it. Yes, Mary.
Okay.
I think ukitaka kuelewa ugumu yenye firstborn iko nayo, enda kwa kampuni, alafu angalia from supervisor na watu wa chini yake. I think ndio ataelewa hiyo. Ndio msiseme lastborn tunaelewa. CEO atakuja, CEO ni parent, atakuja ulize supervisor kule chini kunaendelea aje, ama nini inaendelea huko, ama nani kwa nini hajafanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Hautajua kama niliulizwa hiyo. Sio? Kidogo. Hautajua kama mimi niliulizwa hiyo. Vile Wacera alikuwa anasema kadhaa. Unapatanga saa nyingine mzazi anakuja anakuambia ati kwa nini fulani alifanya hivi. Si wewe ulikuwa naye akifanya au kuwepo, but itabidi. That's why saa nyingine unapatanga nikikuja kwako utanielewa kama mkali, but I know what I went through wakati huo. So ukitaka kuelewa vizuri firstborn, angalia supervisor ameshikilia watu wangapi akiwa pale, na mtaelewa mkiwa minors huku chini what is going on hapo.
Okay. Let's not look it from a business point of view.
No, that's an example. You can't discredit it. You can't discredit it. That's an example.
I'm just saying, let's not look it from a business perspective.
Give us this.
With a family perspective. Yeah. Okay, I'll give an example. Me, my family. Kama umefanya makosa ni yako peke yako. My sister will never defend you. So, wewe utapigwa kivyako. So tusione in a business point of view, because as a CEO sitakuja kwa semaje, sitakuja kwa supervisor, nitakuja kwa CEO kwa nini, kwa manager, nimwambie nini na happen hivi. So tusione kwa hiyo perspective, look at it from a family perspective. Just tell me,
it will still apply in family.
Not really.
In the sense that your grandfather ask you directly, or you go to your father.
This is we always have this. If kama kuna makosa tunaitoka kama family wote.
But
nani amefanya hivi?
Yeah, which brings me back to my statement. If your grandfather wants to find out how you are, he would come. It's very rarely he'll call
but
you.
I think you guys are forgetting something. Families are different.
Yeah.
Which is what I was driving to.
And that's why
when you bring in your sister won't defend you if you messed up. That's for you. You get?
Yeah.
If Koi messes up, she will defend her. If she messes up, I will defend her.
So question, is she a good parent or a bad parent? Because she's my parents, apparently.
In the sense that I've defended her.
Yeah.
In the sense that I've defended her, I'm protecting my sibling. But at the same time, I'm going to teach her a lesson.
How?
In the sense that
Talk to her.
I'm going to talk to her. I come and tell her, by the way, but Jana, you went out. Listen, I'll come and tell her. Jana, you went out. You came here drunk as hell. You were heffing and all that. And kuna venye dad noticed. So, me I covered up for you. Like I do in the bedroom, funga. I sat down with dad. Spoke with him, this, that, and the other. Dad, when he's talking to me, dad told me, alikuwa ananishautia. If she comes again to this house drunk again, mfukuza her, sijui what, she can go and live with whoever she wants. Waende wakunywe pamoja. That's how the parent, wait. That's how the parent will speak. But me, I'll talk to dad and I'll tell you, dad, it's a mistake, she did it, she won't repeat it again, and I'll talk to her. Story ishe hapo. Next day in the morning, you wake up with your drunk ass hangover. No one will talk to you. I'm the one who's going to come and tell you, by the way, I talked to dad. Jana, you messed up. Jana will of course, but I defended you, but don't repeat it again. Now you go do it again and again and again and again. Hapo ndo sasa unakuwa kichwa ngumu. And don't expect me to be a good person. I'll loan you. And I'll tell you, I can't keep covering you shit up. But if you want to be fukuzwa, end go continue. Fukuzwa sasa.
Yeah.
That's between you and your father now.
Get up, bye.
You get? So that's the responsibility that is brought upon the firstborn. It's not that they ask for it, but it's a responsibility that you take it upon yourself because you see that your parent can't handle it. Or you can handle it better.
Let me ask you one question. Let's say it's the firstborn who's coming
Late.
Heavy.
The roles are reversed.
Yeah.
That's a different story, to be honest. Let Wacera answer that.
How is that different? How is it different? I don't think it's different. Reason being,
Who's being the parent?
no. At that point, it's not even about anyone being a parent. It's about we are siblings. Listen, you ask them about being a good parent, being a bad parent. No one is trying to play good cop, bad cop. It's about taking up that responsibility, but in our age and time. Okay? I know I will give my siblings the love I never got. I will correct my siblings in the way I wish I was corrected. Not the noise or the fights or being told, sasa wacha wewe mtoto wa nani. I mean, that shit traumatizes you. I'm not going to go tell my sibling that. I'm going to go tell them, my G. I'll talk to them nicely. But I've already talked to my folks. And I've covered, because I don't want battles in the house. I don't want this silent treatment nonsense. If it's me who's come home like that, she's going to cover for me. She might not even know where to start. She's going to be tensing, oh my God, what do I tell that? But she will do it. And then she's going to come tell me. And you see, if I have a good head above my shoulders, I'll be like, anyway, up where I messed up, I'll do better next time. Right? And when I'm correcting her, or when she's correcting me, it's the same way. I'm not looking at her as, okay, who do you think you are? What are you going to tell me? I'm older than you. No. I remember I'm human. Do you know how hard it is to correct your parent? Close to impossible.
Who's talking to a wall?
Close to impossible. But you'll find that there's a certain age where you get where you understand how they'll take it. As long as the point has been driven home, you understand. For my folks to understand this, you let me just take them out for lunch. You bribe them to go, then you just start saying a castoro like this, and then you find them understanding. You'll find that, and I'm sorry to say, the more successful you are, the more your parents will listen to you.
Yeah.
The minute you start having your own kids, and you parent them according to your skills, and your parents see that, okay, I think my child knows what they're doing, and they come and correct you. Dad, Mom, I don't think what you did was right. I don't think how you treated, I don't think how you corrected so and so was proper. They will listen to you. So there's also that burden. So by the time I'm going to sit with my folks to tell them, hey, I know my sister did ABCD, but here, I know I'll either be chased away, or I'll be given words, but it's okay. Point has been driven home. Now this is the point I wanted to say, before all that. When you're with someone, your partner, Daphney uses this example a lot. You're somewhere chilling, guys are talking, let's say about math. And someone says, I see like the 1 + 1 is equals to 2. Then your partner says, what do you mean? 1 + 1 is 11. You as their partner would be like, yes, it's 11. And you will give all the stupid reasons. Then behind closed doors, you'll tell your partner, hey, 1 + 1 is 2. You won't do that in front of. You will correct them behind closed doors with a lot of love. That's the same love you're going to give your siblings by correcting them. The same love you're going to give your parents. You're not going to correct your parents. You're not going to correct your parents in front of your siblings, by the way. You will not. You will accord them so much respect. If they're making noise for all of you guys, let them make noise. Well, let me tell you, if one of you, okay, in what I know, mimi when I kosea, all the kids in the house when I kosea, tunaitangwa sisi wote committee. What nitaanziwa, alafu for some reason, everyone else will also have made a mistake. And it's yote tutasomewa.
I can just make a comment on this. I'd say first ones are considered, wanna consider your commercial error. Because utafanya, watambiwa, address the like other siblings for family. So, and you can take a side.
Yeah. No, but it's true. Because we're the ones our parents tried with. Because there were never parents before the firstborn. So by the time I cook second,
and then I think the age at which like parental is very different. So how wanna typea nini na happiness
exactly, and we understand better.
Yeah, but you're changing like your time. You're like I'd say type dog. When said the last boy unajua nini na happen because pia older sister ni mzee pia tuseme. Yeah. So acha ajuke niendelea sasa hivi. Sio? Because if you bring them saa hizi wafanye kinyo walikuwa wanafanya before or ajuke nini happen. Because
that's true.
Yes. So
yes.
It's there's no say inafaa tu kwa democracy like tuongee tuseme this is it. Yeah. Tuelewane.
Yeah, now unaona your age difference ndio inafanya firstborns wa coming
story time.
Cause mzazi wako kama wewe lastborn akianza kukupunish sababu ya makosa ulifanya, mimi nijieke kando, itakuwa worse. Na utaona unaonewa vizuri. Cause tunajua wazazi wetu, maybe utaambiwa saa 12 the last time ya kufika hapo. Ama maybe wapo kitu kingine. But mimi nikiingilia kati niseme bebe alifanya lakini ilikuwa 1 2 3 4. So msamehe, next time atafanya. Punishment haitakuwa much worse than yake kuja direct kwako.
Basically the sponge between.
Okay.
Wait, before anyone says anything, I also think the age difference between siblings really matter.
Yes.
Because
I have
goja. Because for me, my older sibling, my older 3 siblings can be my father. They're that much older. So when I was young, kulikuwa na ukali. Umefanya homework, hata ukisikia tu Daphney, maybe unaitiwa lollipop, ushashika baridi. But it's because your age difference wako na hiyo kali, they don't know how to talk to me as a sibling. But you see now that I'm much older, almost not in the same age group, but now I understand things because najua ukiwa mtoi kuna venye unaelewa vitu. So hata siku hizi nikifanya makosa, they sit me down and say Daphney ulifanya hivi na hivi, what were you thinking? Nini we talk. But I was telling them, guys, relax. I'm also growing older. Wacheni kukua wakali because you're pushing me away from you. So we are now friends more than we are more of siblings. So even if we're talking as friends. But nikikosea ile mbaya kabisa nikishasikia tu hiyo jina yangu ikiitwa sijui na wapi, shiva band. So that age difference between kama firstborn wetu sijui yako 40 what and you mean because sijui what. That type of communication will be very different if siblings were very much close, like 2 years, 3 years, at most 5 years.
Okay, let us talk about the age difference.
Important.
So it's not even a choice,
well, uliletwa tu.
As my sibling, nafaa confide in you. Like I need to tell you everything. This one fits vitu because for the sake of manifestation kama my parents also. So that can come kila kitu. If you're advising me, you're advising me.
If they're older, they should know better. You know how to
Oh, but then wanasema story time. I have a sister who nikienda Kenya na waka nasema this is my younger, you the last born.
I don't like that.
Print t-shirt imeandikwa the last born. Sasa
At this point,
kila mtu uta-introduce, by the way, the last born.
only last born wetu.
Sometimes
But then
they
it's-
come from a place.
Nah, it's okay for me. I feel like nikiwa sawa. Mimi sina shida. I'm just
Yeah.
like laughing it out because lazima announce.
It
So
doesn't
kana
come-
mwambia,
it doesn't
just
come
print
from
me a
a better
t-shirt
place.
basi. Amo label
Yaani
kitu
kwangu
say
tu.
ndo last born. When I come, niambiane ndo last born.
Sometimes I feel
That's it.
like, personally for me, if I do that and I say, oh, this is my younger sister, this is my baby sister, it comes from a place of pride. Because I remember I was only child for 12 years.
Yeah.
And then I had, you have a sister. I was like, oh my God, if I don't set up in that house right now, I will scream. You know. Because I was like, I have a sibling. Like, it's like a mini me. She's a person in her own right, but I was so excited. And even when I'm like, when I tell people this is like the coolest 13-year-old I know, it's coming from a place of pride. Because I've seen that girl growing up, I've seen her go through things, I've seen her hitting on people hitting on her, and I'm like, damn, this is how it used to be when I was her age? Crazy. But it's, and I see her living through experiences, and I'm like, be like, you go through so many phases in life, and it's beautiful. I love seeing her coming into her own person. I love seeing this girl making her own decision and making her, because I remember when she started going out. Jesus. Okay.
Let's go there.
when she started going out, we were her guardian angels. And I remember at some point, I was not even around, he took her out for her birthday. And I was still monitoring from wherever I was. And then right now, we'll go out together. She's like, hey, we better go to the Java. I'm like, God, no, I'm not coming with you.
That's how much she's grown.
That's how much she's grown. She can say, no, I'm not drinking that. No, I don't like this guy. No, I don't want to deal with that. You get? Like, I don't have.
Cold.
Yeah.
It used to be cold. The time she wasn't around.
Yeah.
Every hour. Where are you
Are you
guys?
guys okay?
Are you guys okay?
Are you
Are you guys
fine?
okay?
And my
Dad is
view-
cold. What time are you guys going?
And now let me tell you what the funny thing is. I'm in a different continent. My dad is still calling me to find out where she is, and she's in the same country as him.
Because they know like anakuwa
Exactly.
in you.
Exactly.
So anakwambia kila kitu.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you see now, I'm not going to tell my dad. Hata sijui where she.
But then what do
I don't know what club she's in.
No, hiyo ni ingekuza point of like kuna mwacha sana. She never like tell you anything.
Yeah.
So utaijua.
We've had our differences
Yeah.
because of, things like that. But then
I think
we've
as
also
a
had our
family,
communication.
as a family, inafaa tu kuwa kama ni vita inakuwa vita ya secondary mbili ishe.
And that's very healthy actually.
Yeah, maisha isonge.
Okay,
So,
so
never like take like things to like heart.
I have one last question. I don't know what to put. Hata nimesahau kwenye nitaiweka. Actually two. This second my middle children wamenyamaza sana.
Hata wajitetei hapa tu sasa tuwasaidia.
Nataka kujua ni
You
nini
need a lawyer?
eh?
You need a lawyer?
Gidi and Devi, how has it been growing up? Because mi naonanga nika either they're the most reserved in the house. Utawapata tu unaona watu wameongea wananyamaza, wanatoa joke moja mbili tatu wananyamaza.
Ando tunaenda sherehe wajifanye kama wamepotea. Unasikia
Kumbe is it true?
Yeah, it's true. Hata mimi sijapigiwa tangu juzi. So,
Anyway.
So, but I'm not complaining about that because nishazoea. If you told me so I'm a typical middle child. Firstborn, secondborn, and lastborn. So I experienced everything that a middle child experiences.
Are you the only boy?
2 boys.
Oh, 2 boys, okay.
Lastborn Kadil. So
I'm sure she's spoiled.
usually act like the mediator in the family. That's
Lakini naona kutupa vijiko. Kietezi kulia.
Yeah. From both ends. Let's say you can have fights with the bigger sibling and the younger one. Bado wanaweza shikana, they attack you. Wote wawili. So we at times get reserved. Like at least I'm an extrovert kiasi. My brother here. But we usually take things on our own head on. Tunaomba nayo viniko.
Do you feel neglected?
That's
Not, I mean,
yes, middle children, but few specifically.
Yeah.
Okay. Me specific.
Yeah.
Naongelea kila mtu ba.
No, you can answer both.
Yeah.
Sometimes yeah. Sometimes yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes
We are here for you. CWC is here for you. CWC when you're first born.
I want to know in what kind of situations you feel neglected.
Okay. So.
Sorry if it's personal.
Yeah. No problem. So let's say if it's something like schooling, yeah. So I got my first job. Story time. Yeah. So I got my first job. Wakaanza kuona hiyo ameshashika line, firstborn akasomeshwa akamaliza, firstborn shule, school fees, everything. So you pay for your own school fees.
Yeah. They both do.
Yeah.
Really?
I pay for my own school fees.
They both do.
He also pays for his own school fees.
Even the first boss, I'm saying,
Yeah.
even the first boss, more apparent
sometimes,
shadow
yeah.
shapata job.
No, but not necessarily.
Like,
Already.
Also, sometimes I feel like sometimes I'm speaking on behalf of those middle children. Sometimes you feel like it's heavy on you. You try talking out, but hakuna kenye unaweza fanya. So you handle it when utaishikilia tu.
I'm so sorry.
I have a question.
Let's learn to do better.
Yeah,
I have a question.
When we have our own.
Last ones.
Ngoja kwanza.
Okay, so
Uliza.
I'm just asking. Last ones. Do you feel like our first bonds na teachers wanatutumianga sana?
What does that mean?
Because hata ukitaka pesa, we enda ambia mzae pedo.
No.
In my situation, no, if anything, I'm done with
In my yes, middle child akuzaniambia we uendo ongea mzae.
No, maybe when it's
When you're young.
in some cases like when we want to eat pizza, so I'm
When you're young.
because maybe hapo utamsitoka
Wacha
last
alafu
boss.
aseme wendo unaweza muongelesha fiti.
But in other situations, I think
Ama ndio
In,
no.
okay,
It's very
you see,
subjective.
I think so as well, because like for me, I had to teach my younger sister how to ask. She'll send me these things. Oh, I want this. I'm like, hey, my child, I'm not even working. So you just tell your dad, and she's like, yeah, I'm scared. I had to train her. You want, you ask.
Yeah.
You want. You didn't ask to be brought into this world. You didn't ask to be born. If you see something and you like it and you want it, the worst thing you can be told is no.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can be told. And no is not such a bad answer.
Yeah.
Leo unaweza ambiwa no, the next after 2 days your dad is like, we na ile kitu ulikuwa unataka tunaitwa nini hiyo at now where do we get it?
Yeah.
Ebu call your big sister Wacera, ebu say kenyo nataka, tell me how much it is, you go get it.
But then there's
You
a
get
point of okay for my side. Maybe kuna ile point ya you're asking something, but then watu wanaandika kama ni kitu ngumu, si? So the other siblings will be like, wendo kitu ngumu, wendo ulizia, najua utakwamia.
In some families, it's like that.
And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong in my opinion.
So
I don't mind.
even if
When
kama
I
ni
get-
kitu yenye sihitaji, wataniambia wenda mwambie na side yako.
But you
ndio
see,
utafanya.
this is the
Cause
thing.
watataka
When I get my
unajua,
kids,
when they make mistakes they be like huyu ndo amefanya. So as a last one, nimekuwa in that situation, just saying.
okay, I mean, I get that, and I don't see how that is healthy. But in story, like, you know, you guys want something, let's say, like, you want a new game for PS, and let's say I have 3 kids, and they're united to come ask me for that, and they choose someone as their spokesman. I'll be so proud of them. I'll be like, yeah, you guys are united, and you've actually elected someone. Someone who's not even your firstborn. You know, like the leadership has been spread out. But sister ya kutumiwa, you guys, you all want the same thing.
Yeah, but I'd say from my side I'd be like, lazima niwasumbue.
Si kutumiwa
They're my
vibaya.
parents. So acha niwatetee.
it's because we get away with a lot.
Yeah, I'd say sound wanatutumia sana the first bonds and they like hao wengine.
It's true.
Which is
No,
okay.
if-
Yeah.
I'd be like mimi niko sawa cause mimi najua I'll get the like kenye unataka, I'll help you pia. So I feel like niko proud nikikusaidia. But then at the same time nyinyi mkisaidiwa you feel like as in unajua pride pia. mbaya because you be like ni mdogo mbona amenisaidia ama sijui like there's a way like you guys see each other as
That's generalized.
That's individual.
Okay, sorry.
That's
But
individual.
let me say
You don't know me like that.
listen. Let's say in a point of your eldest sibling attack you was smarter than them.
For no.
Now I'm just saying. Sijasema ni kila mtu nimesema tu. Cause it's like you being like when the supervisor umembia CEO, umepea idea CEO, but then okay, nirudi kwa business point.
But you see, the company will never grow if you all think the same way. So you're such a bad supervisor. That's how you feel.
If you're
Nah,
toxic,
but see actually, if not something that I feel, but nishasema if we do this and this and this, inaweza kuwa fiti. But
And
then
as a
the
firstborn, I need to
CEO
nurture that in you.
Yeah, but then as a firstborn, utaona mbona ama nikikucorrect, uje correct. Most firstborns are easy to correct you.
such firstborns are toxic.
Period.
As firstborns, we are telling you.
Period.
I'm just saying.
Because
that's on a
that
personal
same concept
perspective.
is what will drive you even in life. When you go to a job and you have a good proposal, you come and give it to your GM. By the way, if you do this, that, and the other, we can increase our profits by 30-40%. If your CEO tells you he feels bad about it, and he makes it very hard for you to implement that, or he says this is a shit suggestion,
That company will run down.
let me tell you, your CEO doesn't care about your growth. You are in your career growth. He doesn't care about your career growth. You're just there to do a job, to get paid, and dip. But if it's someone who's willing to see you nurture and grow as a person, both personally and career-wise, he will help you build that. If he sees there's a problem, tell you by the way, I like the plan, we can do this here and here, but up I'm seeing this one won't work, let's change. But that's someone who will, and you see, that's a positive whatever. But if someone who tells you otherwise, that's a toxic person.
But there is
Let me tell you, before you say anything, yeah?
Okay.
I am so sorry on behalf of all firstborns, but we are really not demons. We are really not. We're really not. Might come from whatever experience or stories that you've had, but some of us are actually very nurturing and very caring, and we understand that all of us are siblings, but we're all different on our own front. And if it's about getting something from our folks, hey, we will stand united, bring our forces and ourselves together and together and get it.
The forces in the last
And get it. But you see, that's the thing. If the last one akona mdomo tamu, mimi najua strategy, wewe unajua time yenye tutaenda kuambia mzae ni nini. Combine, go and do it. It's about teamwork.
Simple like business. It's like business. You won't send a sales rep who doesn't know how to talk to people.
That's true.
You won't send a sales rep who doesn't know how to talk to people. You'll send someone who is a people person. Sometimes that person doesn't even know what they're selling, but this person can actually relate to you individually.
Let me pick a point. Something from your book here, 48 Laws of Power. Nasema never change your master. Yeah? So sometimes nakujanga in a point of nikitaka kukwambia kitu and I find it more iko complex kwako, utaona ni kama umsi ajui Kenya anafanya, but mimi najua ku execute, unaona. You know, sasa mimi nakuja like me I'll go to my brother for advice. Yeah? Nimemwendea mara mob. So like napata advice, but then nikimpea advice back sometimes nasema other times alikuwa anaona kama si it makes sense, but then ikikuja nisemea juu mimi ndakuwa na hiyo don't care vibe ya juu umekata kusikiza yangu ya kwanza, na kwa tu nakwambia by the way ungefanya hivi na hivi, ukijisikia ni sawa, usipojisikia ni sawa, but then results ikitokea negative hiyo nilikwambia, sio ikitokea positive like mimi najua ni mistake yangu. Yeah, so I'm just saying like first bonds last bonds nafaa kuondia respect.
Guys,
And respect is a two-way street.
Communication.
Guys, wenye wanatusikiza mmesikia, firstborns tafadhali endeleeni tu hivyo hivyo.
Lakini
Middle children manze tunapea hongera sana. Watu ni mafighter. These guys are fighters. Last bonds pia sisi tusi take advantage sana kutumia the older siblings because tuko na hiyo tendency sana si ndio last words wana wenye wamenyamaza. Thank you guys for listening. That was end of our episode 1. It was really educative, so asanteni sana. Stay tuned for episode 2.